The world's top riders in town in Adelaide, South Australia to start the 2010 season for the Council Helpline Classic. Lance Armstrong now in the second year of his comeback, and Andre Greipel, a previous winner of the event, signing in for a 17-lapper 51-kilometre event.
Well, the early morning rain had cleared away to make for a very fine afternoon with all of these riders. 19 teams represented from all over the world, including the local team that everybody wanted to support, Uni SA.
And their own world champion, Australia, getting its first ever professional champion, Cadel Evans, as South Australian Premier Mike Gran sent the riders on their way. A 1.7-kilometre circuit, a total racing distance of 51 kilometres was on the menu. And it wasn't long before the riders got up to speed.
Well, the riders facing 30 laps of this 1.7-kilometre course, and the crowds turned out in style, and there were hundreds of people, thousands of people turning out to see this bike race.
Attacks coming thick and fast. This was Cameron Meyer under pressure. He tried to get away from the big field and chase the prizes around the course, but he was very quickly joined here by David Vittoria, a new rider for the Fuji team.
Lots of riders trying to break the stranglehold of the front end of the main pack, but most of the riders in that main pack realised that this was really going to be the kind of day for the sprinters, because this course was short and fast.
For 3 laps they held off the big field, but then there was an acceleration from the pack and they all came back together again. The question now was, whose turn next would it be?
Well, Team Radio Shack lining up there, you can see in their new jerseys, and also last year's winner of the Tour Down Under, Alan Davis, trying to get himself back to the top end of this sport.
New team for Davis as he wears number 1, as Paul said, last year's winner. And then there was a move which included the teammate of Alan Davis, number 2 here, Oscar Pereira, the winner of the 2006 Tour de France, and on his wheel to our left, Lance Armstrong, the winner of 7 Tours de France. He was now in an attack which would soon be 5 riders clear.
They're themselves a maximum advantage of 20 seconds, but with so many teams of sprinters in the main field, the organisation started to limit the advantage of these riders. The 5-man leading group at one stage really did start to look dangerous, but the sprinters certainly wanted to have their day. They pulled it all together, and as we headed up towards the finishing line, there was a lot of riders trying to think who was going to win this first day of racing.
That is to be a question now as to who would win the sprint. A massive crowd, as large as there ever has been in the 12-year history of this event. And at 1 lap to go, all 132 riders were together. And it was the boys in black from Team Sky, a brand new team who had taken control of the head of the race. And they built the pace so much, it was very difficult for anybody to pull them back in.
It's always difficult when you're a brand new team on the international circuit to get together and get the cohesion, but these boys have already got it together. This is the way they did it.
Andre Greipel's team tried to take control, but they ran out of firepower as they approached the finishing line. The men in black were making ready as Alan Davis himself in the light blue tried to move forward and make it a good day for Astana. But in the sprint for the line, it was a 1-2. The New Zealander Greg Henderson getting in ahead of the Australian Chris Sutton, both riders members of Team Sky. A perfect start for Henderson.
Oh mate, honestly it doesn't get any better. We were joking about it in the room. We said the best way that the Team Sky can put themselves on the map is the very, very first race that we get together.
So the new boys on the block, first race, first win. Greg Henderson, a former world champion, had taken them to victory first. In second, Chris Sutton, his teammate. In third place, Robin McEwen, also back from injury. And in fourth place, the man who'd won here before, Andre Greipel. A very successful day out, a good start, huge crowds and lovely sunshine. Now a break of just 48 hours and the riders will get underway in the Santos Tour Down Under, which is a 6-day race and the first big Pro Tour race of the season. But for the moment, Greg Henderson is the toast. He'll also be favourite for the Santos Tour Down Under. And do you think he minds? No, Sky are on the map.